Right, let's jump straight into it. Welcome, focus learners, to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because we're about to unpack something that is quite literally changing how we work, learn, and create. We're looking at a beginner's guide to AI, specifically focusing on the art of prompting. Now, right off the bat, I want you to drop any preconceived notions you might have. AI isn't magic, it's not some crystal ball. Instead, think of it as a super fast typing assistant. It's just sitting right there, eager to help, but waiting for your clear instructions. If you've ever stared at a blank screen wondering what on earth to type, you're in the exact right place.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap. We'll be demystifying prompt engineering, learning the secret prompt formula, building your basic prompt toolkit, tackling real-life tasks, and finally turning ideas into income. We're going from the absolute basics straight through to launching a digital business.
To help us out, I want to introduce you to our guide, Prompt Eagle. He brings us to the core premise of this entire explainer. Good prompt equals better results. It really is that simple. The quality of the answer you get from an AI is completely tied to the quality of the instruction you give it. You know, if you put garbage in, you're going to get garbage out. But if you give it clear, structured instructions, that's when you unlock its full potential.
Section 1. Demystifying prompt engineering.
Now, that term, prompt engineering, it sounds incredibly technical, doesn't it? It kind of sounds like you need to know how to code or have a computer science degree, but I promise you, you don't. You don't need to be a tech expert to talk to AI. You just need to know how to ask. And this brilliantly illustrates the difference. A basic prompt is vague, something like, "Tell me about the ocean." You do that, and the AI will give you a super generic, Wikipedia-style answer. But an engineered prompt, that gives direction. You are a marine biologist. Explain ocean currents to a 12-year-old using simple examples. Notice we didn't use any computer code here. We just gave it a specific role, a target level, and a required style.
To truly master this, we have to understand how tools like ChatGPT actually work, in plain English. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. ChatGPT is like an assistant who has read 1,000 libraries, can type 200 words per second, but needs clear instructions. Look, AI doesn't think or feel the way we do. It's a language model. It studied billions of patterns in text, and when you ask it a question, it's just rapidly predicting the most likely next word, over and over again. So while it's incredibly well read, it relies entirely on your clarity to find the right pattern. Clarity is your power.
Section 2. The secret prompt formula. So, if clarity is power, how do we guarantee we're being clear every single time? Well, we use a framework, and here's the secret formula you can start using today. Role plus task plus context or format. Let's break that down. First, the role. Who should the AI pretend to be? A chef? A personal trainer? A copywriter? Second, the task. What exactly do you need it to do? Be highly specific here. And third, the context or format. How should it deliver that information? Do you need a bulleted list, a table, maybe a short poem? This formula is a game changer because it stops the AI from guessing and puts it on a strict set of tracks.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how we can apply the formula perfectly to a real-world scenario. Check this out. Act as a math tutor, that's our role. Explain how fractions work, that's the task. Using pizza slices as an example for a 10-year-old, there's our context and format. By spending just 10 extra seconds structuring your question this way, you go from getting a confusing, textbook-style answer to a highly customized, perfectly targeted result.
Section 3. Your basic prompt toolkit.
Just like a carpenter relies on more than one hammer, you shouldn't rely on just one way of speaking to AI. Prompting is a skill, and these are your 5 core tools. We've already covered role and format. Then there's tone, literally telling the AI to sound professional, or maybe a bit funny. Constraint is absolutely crucial. This is where you add a rule, like keep it under 50 words or don't use any tech jargon. And finally, follow-up, which turns the machine into an actual conversational partner. And here's where it gets really good. Once you master these tools, you transition from asking one-time questions to building a repeatable system. You can start saving your absolute best templates into a personal prompt library, meaning you never, ever have to start from scratch again. I'm going to take a super quick pause right here. If you're finding this toolkit framework helpful so far, please take a second to subscribe and like. It genuinely helps us out and it ensures you won't miss out as we continue unpacking these frameworks. All right, let's keep building.
Section 4. Tackling real-life tasks.
Let's move to and see how this builds when we shift from theory into practice. This is where we start building a personal AI assistant workflow. Think about your highly repetitive tasks. If you're studying, your reusable template is explain like I'm 10. If you're a busy parent trying to organize the chaos, you can use AI to build a daily morning or evening routine. Act as a productivity coach and create a weekly plan.
If you're writing, lean on it to help you brainstorm. By matching the right prompt template to the task at hand, you create this incredible, repeatable system that will save you hours every single week.
Whenever you approach a real-life task, I want you to walk through these concrete steps. 1. Identify the goal. Create a weekly meal plan. 2. Mention the audience, for one person. 3. Set your constraints. Budget-friendly, quick to make, and strictly vegetarian. But step 4 is where the magic happens. Refine. This is where you actually train ChatGPT to match your unique style. You ask follow-up questions to turn that menu into a categorized grocery list that fits exactly how you shop and organize your own week.
Section 5. Turning ideas into income. Now we're looking at the most advanced application here, using AI to build digital products and generate passive income. Look, everyone has knowledge or life experience worth sharing. A digital product is simply taking what you know and packaging it. Things like ebooks, printable planners, online courses, or templates with zero physical inventory. And what's amazing is that by using one-click tools like custom GPTs, you can set up an AI assistant that is specifically trained to help you ideate and produce these exact products, saving you countless hours. So the crucial point is this: you absolutely do not need a business degree to do this. You brainstorm ideas based on your own skills. You outline the product. You draft the content using ChatGPT as your co-writer, and then you sell and promote it. You can even set up a weekly business check-in routine using the AI as your brainstorming coach, your product developer, and your marketing assistant, all in one seamless workflow.
Notice how your prompts naturally evolve as you go through this. At the very beginning, in step 1, you're just looking for a pain point. What problems do people face with budgeting? But fast forward to step 4, and your prompt changes entirely. Write a friendly sales page for my budgeting printable. You're using the exact same tool, but now it's generating sales copy, social media posts, and launch emails to get your product out into the world.
I absolutely love this quote from the source material, and I really want to emphasize it for you. You don't need a business degree, a big budget, or a team. You just need a problem to solve, people to help, and the right prompts to guide you forward. AI is the ultimate equalizer, guys. It completely removes the friction of the blank page and empowers bold beginners to take action today. So, what does this all mean for you? Will you let the blank screen intimidate you, or will you start giving your new assistant instructions today? If you want a simple framework that shows how to structure prompts so they don't break when you refine them, I've put together a short guide. You can download it below. And if this way of thinking is useful to you, consider subscribing. I'll be building on this in the next explainers. Thank you so much for hanging out and learning with me today, and I'll see you next time.